welcome to this week's Hem Productions podcast. Took the week off last week, was brutally sick, had one of those Final Destination diseases with just a wooden log hitting me right in the forehead and going through my skull and cracking it, so I had a bit of a headache, but have finished dealing with that and have come back to deal with another headache the size of a wooden log hitting me in the head. Warner Brothers and Netflix deal has gone south, with Netflix pulling out after Paramount raises its bid to fucking a sky-high amount. And so, yeah, Netflix has pulled out, and Paramount is doing what we predicted months ago. So first we'll talk a bit about that, and then we'll talk about a couple of new movies that I've seen. The biggest one being a one-night-only release here in WA that's now expanding a little bit, thanks to word of mouth, I'm assuming. A favourite of mine, one of the best movies of the year so far, Nirvana the band, the show, the movie. Yep, that's right. I said all those words correctly. Didn't make any mistakes there. It's a funny damn movie, and it's completely unique. And I'm going to talk about that for a little bit, as well as another movie that just completely wipes me off my feet, being so unique. A little movie called Sirat, which may have a sneaky little takeover of my Oscar picks in a couple weeks. We're getting close to Oscars, the 16th, Monday. I thought it was going to be this week, actually, but I'm glad I got a little bit longer to wait. Anyway, let's get into everything. So part of the reason I do this podcast is, well, one, to create cool viral marketing for my documentary when that eventually comes out. But the main reason I do it is so I can just go over the week in news and sort of see what's been going on and wrap it around my head, try and understand the shape of the industry, the Hollywood industry, rather than the Australian one. But nothing about this news makes me excited. It's consolidation, and I'm a little upset about it. Anyway, Paramount laid out its vision for Warner Brothers Discovery. How much do we believe? This is from IndieWire. David Ellison is vowing to release 30 movies a year, retain the linear cable channels, combine HBO Max and Paramount Plus, and find $6 billion in savings without seismic labor cuts. This is somebody trying to keep everybody happy as he is tearing apart their fucking lives. I really don't have any faith in this guy. When Netflix was in the driver's seat, this is what the article's saying, the industry was terrified about what it could mean for movies in theaters. Now, that is one fear we don't have to worry about too much. I feel like Paramount and Warner Brothers are both going to release huge movies, and if they're going to combine streaming services, sure, both of those streaming services are pretty weak. Putting them together would be good. I just really don't find that there's any need for this to happen. And yeah, every single one of these movies is committed to a 45-day theatrical window. I just don't see how this news is good at all. Yeah. So that's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. This is my podcast. I can do what I want. Let me talk about something fun. So, speaking of news that I can't wrap my head around, here are two movies that I can't wrap my head around either. I plan on watching both again, and I just love them both. Both are very fucking different. I'm gonna start with the more punishing one. This is one where Nirvana the band, the show, the showing I went to was a full screening, and everyone ran out, high-fiving, screaming, laughing at what the hell did we just watch? And Sirat was the same kind of experience, but everybody was a lot more depressed. And like, what the hell did we just watch? So, let me get into this movie real quick. It's about a man and a son arriving at a rave, lost in the mountains of Morocco, looking for their daughter Marina, who disappeared months ago at another rave. And driven by fate, they decide to follow a group of ravers in search of one last party in hopes Marina will be there. The opening title of the movie tells you the basic meaning of Sirat, and I haven't found the exact quote, but they say Sirat can mean a bridge, specifically the bridge that is believed to be crossed on the Day of Judgment separating heaven and hell. Overall, the name Sirat signifies the idea of following the correct path and staying on the right track. Sirat is a movie of faith. It's a punishing movie about the come down from a party, and I think it's an incredibly special movie. I watch a hell of a lot of films, and it's very rare that I get truly and utterly surprised by something. And this movie had so many moments that just utterly fucking surprised me. Really is a movie of faith, where you have to have faith in what you're watching will end somewhere that gives you a message. At some point you feel just lost in the chaos of it all. And a big way of how the movie conveys all these characters' feelings is through the music, which is by far the highlight of the movie. The audio design of this movie is designed to feel like a rave, rattling around inside your body, and it communicates the emotions of its characters, who are not huge talkers. It's actually quite a quiet film, but by the end of the movie, I kind of knew every character inside and out, their motivations, just through both the music and how they communicate with each other. The movie's gorgeous, set across the Morocco desert. The scenes in the raves with all the people moving and the music and visuals coming together so succinctly, I really thought I was watching one of the greatest films ever made. And then some of the really punishing shit happens, and I know why it happens. It is tough to get through. There is a vibe shift in this movie. It is more about the come down of a rave than I was expecting. And I'm not sure if I would have liked it better if it was all good fun and partying. Like if this movie just ended with everybody happy in the desert together, would I enjoy it more or less? And I honestly don't know. But the movie we got was far more interesting than the movie I thought we were going to get. It's a movie of faith, it's a movie of destiny, and I found it to be very deeply spiritual. I can't wait to watch it again. Recommend everyone see Sirat. Easily a highlight. We've had of the Oscars this year. The international features this year have just been beyond so good, proving that even if fucking Warner Brothers gets swallowed up, it doesn't mean we're not going to get good movies. Another example of that is my favorite movie of the year so far, Nirvana the band, the show, the movie. Now, this is based off of the TV show, Nirvana the band, the show, and that is based off a web series, and they're all ridiculous comedies that I recently heard the director Matt describe as fictional documentaries, where it's written, it's a story, but it's all filmed in public, and everybody other than the main two actors are real people. And so the movie, and all his movies, including Blackberry, which is the reason he was able to make this, Blackberry was successful enough and came out of Matt's kind of orbit of weirdo movies, and was successful enough that he was finally able to make this passion project. And I'm so glad he did, because this movie is so distinctly itself. It's so distinctly a film lover's movie. It's so clearly made by a cinephile, someone like me in Canada, someone much more talented than me, and it's just fucking hilarious. Should be studied in schools. It's genuinely more impressive to watch this movie than something like Avatar or One Battle, because even when I'm watching those, and I think, how the fuck did they make this? I know the answer is money, but in the case of this movie, it got made because Matt and his crew are just fucking deranged and do whatever they want. And it opens with the most outrageous shit you've ever seen and manages to top it over and over. It's a comedic masterpiece. It is a movie where you can never predict what's going to happen next. Very bizarre, beautiful movie. That's not only about how beautiful making films are and how beautiful friendship is. Like, it's got such a beautiful layering in between all this chaos, connective tissue of this friendship and of the passion of movie making, but most of all the passion of Toronto. And Matt pointed out in an interview that when movies are made in Toronto, they always edit out the CN Tower, the tallest building in Toronto, so they can make it look like other cities. This movie opens with them going to the CN Tower. It is just the opposite of everything you'd expect to be in theaters, finally in theaters. And it started with one session and it blew up over here. So I'm just really happy to see that this series I was so passionate about in high school gets so much attention. And I guess that's it for the week. I wanted to see Scream 7, and I want to talk about Mercy, and I want to do a couple of Oscar predictions, so we'll probably do all of those next week. Yeah, a bit of a slower episode this week, sorry about that, and I'm still getting better. To those who's listening, I thank you. I almost didn't do this today because I thought it wasn't worth doing, nobody listens, but I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it, and I'm working on my documentary at the minute. So there's your Hem Productions update. Anyway, that's all for me. Have a great week, everybody, and fucking Warner Brothers.